it adds so many layers to it, bro. Like, it's not just, oh, roast beef. It's roast beef, potatoes, an empanada, a milkshake. What the freak? Why I got a milkshake with my roast beef? Hey, bro, it's that kind of dinner. All right. It's good like that. Motherfucker come out of nowhere. Churros? We in a 5-star restaurant. Why am I getting milkshakes, empanadas, churros, roast beef, beef Wellington? The hell is going on here? I'll take 2.
Gracias por ver La Esquina de Jody. Thank you for watching Jody's Corner.
Hey, yo, so I just seen one battle after another. It's the new Leonardo DiCaprio movie. It stars Tiana Taylor, Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro's up in here, and Shawn Penn. This is a movie that is about a revolution. There's this group of people who have a certain ideology and they're willing to do bad things in order to get their message across. And some of the bad things that they do, they've garnered a lot of media attention. They've garnered cult following, and it's a movement of 10, 20, 30, 40, who knows how much. But Leo and Tiana Taylor's character, they're together, and they're part of this revolution. And it basically is a journey seeing, from Leonardo's perspective for the most part, what it means when you have a certain cause, but something changes in your life to where that cause isn't the most important thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? Some life changes like, yo, baby, I'm definitely down to set it off. I'm definitely down to blow this building up. I'm definitely down to murder these fools right here. But, you know, why we got to do it this weekend, baby? You know what I'm saying? What, you know, we hurting people and all that. What about, you know, we got different life circumstances, baby. And Tiana Taylor's character is more of, you know what I'm saying, we're about the revolution. There's been a lot of talk about this movie. A+, 100%. Rotten Tomatoes killing it. This movie's the best movie ever. And they're right for saying a lot of that because 2025 has been hit or miss. We've had some hits. Warner Brothers has been knocking it out of the park. Sinners did really good this year. And there's a lot of other those horror movies that are doing really well. And then this movie comes out. It's a Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Let's keep it a buck. Anything Leo that comes out, I'm watching. And I know a lot of you guys are doing the exact same thing. So I just feel like I want you guys to know I like this movie a lot. And after watching the movie, I believe that this movie has a ton of rewatchability. I kind of want to see it again. It's good and it's entertaining and the pacing of it is really nice. The editor needs to get his kudos. The structure, the script writer, the screenwriter, he's the writer and the director, needs to get some praise here. Leonardo does a good job. He's Leo. There's nothing that Leo does in this movie that is exceptional. It's Leo being Leo. I mean, the last Leo movie I saw, I think, was the one where the Native Americans, they stole their land with, I think that was a Martin Scorsese movie, yeah, with Robert De Niro. He kind of phoned that performance in. He really wasn't great in that movie. He's not great in this movie. He's good. He's decent. He does his character well. The type of character that he's playing, it doesn't really, I don't know if it really warrants an Academy Award winning performance. He's a freaking goof off dummy, just like he was in the last movie with, like I said, with Martin Scorsese. It's an easy role for Leonardo to play. You know, I've seen him do way better in his career, but you know, that's how it is. As these actors take roles later in their career, they tend to do things that are more easier, have fun. They like it for the value. They start to see about how much entertainment. They start to pick their scripts more choosy. So I understand it, bro. Leo was cool up in here. There's two actors that, in my opinion, outdid Leo by a lot. Benicio del Toro's Viva la Raza, La Mexico, motherfucker was fire. Benicio del Toro, every single time you see him on the screen, I'm just watching like, what these fools finna do next? He's like a MacGyver. He's like the ultimate cool guy. He's like the, hey baby, chill. He's very much like the character that he plays in Sicario. He's very much like that. In fact, if you've seen Sicario, more specifically Sicario Part 2, Day of Soldado, if you've seen that movie, you could assume that this is the same character later in life. He gave up the hitman lifestyle and he resonated over here, and now he's in this movie. You could say they're the exact same character, bro, and that's a great thing. But the comedy is turned up. I didn't expect this movie to be funny. This movie is funny, it's sexy, it's witty, it's entertaining, it's violent. It has a whole myriad on the palette. It's not like, oh, The Departed. The Departed is a mob gangster movie, so it's got to be serious and mobby and gangster. Even though there's a couple of parts that are funny thanks to, Jack Nicholson. It's not like Taxi Driver, where it's serious, serious, serious. It's not like, it adds so many layers to it, bro. Like, it's not just, oh, roast beef. It's roast beef, potatoes, an empanada, a milkshake. What the freak? Why I got a milkshake with my roast beef? Hey, bro, it's that kind of dinner. All right. It's good like that. Motherfucker come out of nowhere. Churros. We in a 5-star restaurant. Why am I getting milkshakes, empanadas, churros, roast beef Wellington? The hell is going on here? I'll take 2. That's what this movie is. It's a cluster F in the best way possible. It took me a while to get used to this thing, though, because I went in thinking, Leo, acclaimed writer, director, let's go. But then as time went on, I'm like, the very first scene, I was like, are they trying to have sex to an explosion, motherfucker? Is that an explosion sex scene? I'm like, okay. That's kind of tough. I find myself laughing multiple times while watching this motherfucker. So I'm thinking like, all right, I can dig it. Because this is the same director-writer who directed There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis. I think Paul Dano. I watched that movie a long time ago. Great movie. I think he won an Oscar for that movie. That ain't nothing like this. There's similarities, but nah. So I was thinking like, all right, he's gonna bring some There Will Be Blood type of action, but nah, bro. If you watch this movie, if you've watched this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, if you haven't watched this movie, I would definitely recommend you guys check it out because tomorrow is Tuesday. And if you go to the AMC, certain other theaters like Cinemark, they have discount Tuesdays where you could go in there and check this movie out, get a nice matinee showing, check this movie out for like $5, $6, $7, $8. Absolutely, you should go check this movie out because it's 3 hours long. It's about 3 hours long, and it's a great ride that I found myself not really wanting it to end because of all of the crazy, wild stuff in here. Now, is it a little messy? I would say so. There's some issues that I have with it as far as like the time skip. There's a time skip in this movie, and there's a lack of a certain character in the second, third, and fourth act. A character's in the first act, absent for the rest of the movie. And the character's absence, you feel it and you notice it because they reference the character a lot. And you expect like, okay, we'll see this character in the third act. We'll see this character at the fourth. The character never shows up and we never see the character. I think that's a little bit of a disservice. I would have liked to see that character. So it's a little bit disappointing in that regard. It's a little bit disappointing in the motivation of Bob, Leonardo DiCaprio's character, after the time skip. I feel like they should have spent, I can't say spend more time on it because this movie's long. They could have cut away certain things and shaved 20 minutes off of scenes that didn't need to be there and add those to the first act to show why this revolution is so important. I never really bought the fact that this revolution they're fighting for is, one, that popular, because the rest of the movie dictates, oh, what you guys were doing in the first act was a real thing. It was a worldwide thing. I didn't get the sense that it was as a viewer. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers is running around doing crazy shit, but I don't think this is a worldwide revolution. But the movie expects you to bank on that, and I don't think the movie did that. So they could have spent more time putting respect on the mission, the reason behind why they're doing what they're doing, and the impact it had on society. Because it would only help the movie because of things that happen later. Like I'm talking about Benicio del Toro's character. He's a character that 100% rided on the fact that they was gangsters and riders back in the day. Set it off type style shit. And some of the things that he was able to do, I just got to say, the Mexican people, the Hispanic people are so crafty. They're such a humble people. I love it, and I'm proud to have some of that culture within my own blood. I really am, because they don't complain. They work with what they got, and they unite, they help each other out. I like that type of shit, bro. And this movie is a tour of the Hispanic culture in a nutshell, and how they are willing to help each other from the top to the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And I just love that. And I wish that my black people, my black side, I wish black people were more like that, bro. That's the number one critique I have for black people, is that we don't look out for each other enough. We're too busy being crabs in the barrel, stepping on your brother's head to get ahead, that it's sickening almost. Especially after watching this movie, it's like, dang, bro, if we were like that, bro, how many more advancements would we have as a culture if we were like the Hispanic culture? Helping each other out. You need a job? Got you. Come live with me for a little bit. Got you. Oh, I know somebody that got somebody that could do it. I got you. There's a scene in this movie where motherfucking Leo gets into a car. Benicio's in the car. And bro, with the scene that preceded it, motherfucker had a 6-pack. Homie was like, here. I started dying in the theater. Chill, Holmes. Take this 6-pack. Benicio's fire. The second character is played by hitman, humanitarian Shawn Penn. Shawn Penn is a kind of a weird guy. He's a humanitarian activist, kind of weird. Like, you know, he was for Katrina. He was in a boat looking for black people. When Katrina hit, he had a boat and he was in the middle of darkness. Black people, where you at? I'm here to save you. Motherfucker had a raincoat. Like, I got y'all. Where y'all at? Get up in here. Picking up black people by one hand. Get in here. Motherfucker crazy. And he's kind of tight like that. But he's weird. And Shawn Penn doesn't really necessarily love Hollywood. He doesn't really do a lot of acting. To see him in this movie makes me feel like, bro, we need you, bro. We need you. The facial expressions that Shawn Penn was putting on this character, Lockjaw. Lockjaw? I think his name is Commander Colonel Lockjaw. First of all, certain characters have MOs. You know, some characters like to sniff panties. Some characters like to kill. Some characters are the sexual deviants. Well, this character is all the above. He's a sick freak. And that's tight, bro. He's a sick freak with a weird fetish. No, it's not weird, because I have the same fetish. He's a sick freak with a very peculiar fetish for somebody of his stature. I won't say what that is because I don't want to spoil it. But it's funny. And the way he acts, the way he acts throughout this movie, bro, he's like a comedy sketch spoof of himself, of what he represents. But he's also so believable that this is exactly the mentality that some of these soldiers have, bro. This is the mentality that some of these white folk have. This is the mentality that some of these elitists have, bro. And it really goes through the psychological deconstruction of the white man's psyche when it comes to things that he should or should not like. And I enjoyed the heck out of that. I loved it. Shawn Penn is weird as shit. Like I said, his acting is fantastic. The scenes he's put in is fantastic. The things that happen to him are fantastic. Some of them will say, like, that's kind of crazy that you alive after that? You survived that? Did you just do that? But it's that type of movie. Remember, 2 churros, beef Wellington, roast beef, stroganoff, empanadas, milkshake at a 5-star restaurant. That's what this movie is, bro. You ever had a dream where it was just going so well? I remember I had this dream. Effed up dream. It was so awesome, it was effed up. Me and my brother were in this dream. We were mermen. And we were down under the sea like Little Mermaid. And we found treasure. And we were at this table, riches. And we had bitches too. Mermaids loving us, kissing us. Well, I was younger, so they was doing some kissing and rubbing our chest. And we were just counting money like, yeah. And then my freaking brother in the dream told me, hey man, what if this is a dream though? I was like, man, this ain't no dream. Woke up. One of the worst days of my adolescence, bro. I woke up and I literally stayed up for about 10 or 15 minutes before I went back to sleep. I was upset. I felt like I was living that reality. And then I sat there and concentrated and focused. Oh God. Mermaid deep under the sea, under the sea. Let's go get those mermaids. I was trying to put my mind back in that headspace. So when I go back to sleep, I'll re-get the same dream. Now, I've never done it. I've never been able to have a dream, wake up, and get back into the dream. Code told me a long time ago that he could control his dreams. That he could have a dream, wake up, think about it, and get back into the same dream. He's a freaking liar. And any one of you guys who say you did, you're lying. I went back to sleep. Next dream, I was at a circus. It was animals. I said, what the freak is this? I woke up. This has nothing to do with that mermaid dream. It was a circus. It was a freaking, I was at a circus, bro. But that's what this movie is. It's like that. In a good way. Like I told you, there's one big Achilles heel that is from the beginning of this movie to the end. That's a problem. Something that could have made this movie a lot better. And it's a shame because I have a review on my channel of Julia Roberts is in it. What's the name of the movie? Julia Roberts is in there. Andrew Garfield. I just did the screener. After the Hunt. That's the name of the movie. It's a movie called After the Hunt. It's going to come out select theaters next week, nationwide in about 3 weeks. The score in that movie was dog shit. The score in this movie is dog shit. There's a couple of times where it works, but out of a 3-hour movie, I can imagine if you dedicated a cinematic, suspenseful, thrilling score for this movie, would have just heightened it to the next level. And it's such a shame to know that some of the music I was listening to while watching something so riveting on screen, the music wasn't rising to the occasion of what I was visually watching. I'm in the theater like, dang, this is tense. I only wish that this music wasn't playing. One of them type of situations. So overall, I would tell you guys to definitely go check it out. It's great performances across the board. Teyana Taylor is a character in this movie, and she's thrown into this movie, and you're either going to love her or you're going to hate her. I hate her character, but Teyana Taylor, the actress, played the character very well. She did a good job. So with that being said, I definitely recommend you guys go see it, especially on Discount Tuesday. But this is worth the full matinee price. It's a rated R movie that lasts over 2.5 hours that might entertain you. I give this movie an A-. Yes, sir. Subscribe to Jody's Corner for the realest content ever. We keep it a buck over here. I appreciate you guys. Hit the comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about it if you saw it. And consider subscribing to Jody's Corner. Peace.